Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into something that I think a lot of us have thought about before,
Oh, yeah.
getting back into art, specifically painting.
Ooh, fun.
I know that feeling, right?
Yeah.
You got this creative energy kind of bubbling inside, but then, life just gets in the way.
Yeah.
So we're looking at three different sources today that I think
Mhm.
will give you a really good jump start, whether you are picking up a brush for the first time in years,
Right.
or maybe you just need a little push.
That little extra oomph.
Yeah, exactly,
Oh,
to get going again.
yeah.
So first up, we have Athira from Athira Art Studio on YouTube. She's got some really great advice for beginners.
Awesome.
Then we'll get into some cool technique ideas from Ceciliadro, also on YouTube.
Love her videos.
And then to round things out, we'll hear from Song Wen Wang.
Okay.
She's an art student who's also pursuing a career in social work.
Wow. Interesting.
Talk about multifaceted.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So I'm really excited to kind of get into her perspective on things as well.
Yeah. It's so interesting how, art can just fit into so many different
Right.
areas of life.
Totally, in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Athira kicks things off talking about setting an intention.
Okay.
Now, I'll be honest, I used to think this was kind of like a woo-woo artsy thing,
Right.
but she makes a really good point about how it really impacts your whole approach to painting and to art.
It's all about clarity,
Yeah, yeah.
You wouldn't start a road trip without knowing, where you're going.
Right.
So why would you just start making art without having some kind of, goal in mind? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you want to paint to relax and de-stress?
Hmm.
Are you trying to, build up your skills to maybe one day sell your work?
Right. Are you trying to become the next, big famous artist, or is this just something
Yeah.
you're doing for fun in your free time?
And I think it's so easy to kind of just jump in and be like, I want to paint. And then you're overwhelmed.
Totally.
Yeah.
Especially if you haven't done it in a while.
Yeah. It's like having that intention almost gives you a filter for all the
Yeah.
decisions you're going to make along the way.
It's like a guiding principle
Yeah.
for your art.
And it actually made me think about something else Athira said, which was starting with low or no expectations.
That's a good one.
Oh my gosh. We've all seen those expectation versus reality memes.
Yes.
And especially for somebody who's returning to art, that gap can feel huge.
Absolutely. I've been there.
Oh, it's the worst. You remember loving to paint as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and then you try it as an adult, and it's like, who am I?
You're like, where did all my talent go?
I know.
Yeah.
It can be so discouraging.
Right. But what if,
Yeah.
we just kind of shifted our perspective a little bit?
Okay.
Remember what Picasso said?
Oh, love Picasso.
Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once he grows up.
I love that quote.
I think that's so true. And I think that problem is a lot of times just that,
The expectation.
the weight of the expectations. Yeah, we get
Yeah.
so caught up in, what the end result is going to be.
Right.
Instead of just, enjoying the process.
Right. It's we forget that the point of a hobby is to actually enjoy it.
Right.
You're not.
It's not about being the next Picasso.
Exactly.
It's about having fun.
Yes. And finding that creative flow and all of that.
Absolutely.
Which brings me to another one of Athira's great tips. Don't wait for inspiration.
Ooh.
Just start.
Yes.
It's so easy to get caught up in, I need the perfect supplies.
Mhm.
I need the perfect lighting.
Oh my gosh.
I
yeah.
need the perfect
But
inspiration.
you need the perfect studio.
And then you never actually start.
Totally.
Oh my gosh. I am so guilty of this.
And you.
I have a whole Pinterest board dedicated to art studios it'll probably never have.
It's like the Dream Art Studio.
Yeah.
I know I have one too.
But I think it's that fear of the blank canvas.
Yeah.
It can be so intimidating.
Really?
And Athira, she's like, just start simple. Start with basic poster or acrylic paints and a few brushes.
Yeah. Just the basics.
Yeah, you don't need to break the bank.
You don't need all the fancy stuff.
No.
Yeah.
Don't overwhelm yourself with options.
Exactly. And it ties in really nicely with the idea of creative rituals.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Julia Cameron?
Yes.
She has this amazing book called The Artist's Way.
Okay. Yeah.
And she talks about setting aside even just 30 minutes each day
Oh, wow.
for creative work and just making it a routine.
So it's about building the habit, not waiting for the muse to strike.
Exactly. And it's you're signaling to your brain that this is important. This is a priority.
I love that.
And any muscle, the more you exercise your creativity, the stronger it becomes.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of exercising those creative muscles, let's move on to Cecilia Yadro
Okay.
and her awesome techniques. I loved how she emphasized starting with doodles or silly things.
Yes.
It's giving yourself permission to play. which I think we forget to do as adults.
We're so serious all the time.
We are.
But when we just approach things with that like playful attitude, we're more likely to experiment
Yes.
and just like discover new possibilities.
It's about tapping back into that childlike wonder and curiosity.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And, this reminds me of another technique that she mentioned.
Okay.
Continuous line drawing.
Yes,
Have you heard of that one?
I have. And I'll be honest, I'm a little intimidated by it.
It sounds intimidating, but it's actually really fun.
Okay.
So you basically draw without looking at your paper.
Okay.
And you create this single unbroken line.
Okay.
It's all about like letting go of control
Yeah.
and just seeing what happens.
Embracing the imperfection.
Exactly. And you might be surprised by like how expressive the results can be.
I'm definitely adding that one to my list to try.
Yes, you should.
Another technique that really caught my eye was shapes not filled.
Oh, yeah.
So this is where you're like suggesting forms and details without outlining everything.
Exactly. And it's really fascinating because it forces you to think about like
Oh, yeah.
the essence of your subject. Like what are the key shapes and colors
Right.
that convey its like form and feeling?
Yeah. It's like creating a visual puzzle
Yeah.
that the viewer then gets to participate in.
Exactly. You're inviting them to like fill in the gaps with their own imagination.
I love that. Okay, so we've covered setting intentions, getting over that fear of starting, and even dipped our toes into some exciting techniques. But now I want to shift gears a bit
Okay.
and talk about the bigger picture,
I like it.
which is where our third source comes in.
Okay.
Song Wen Wang.
Yes.
I was so intrigued by her story. She's an art student, but she's also pursuing a career in social work.
Wow. That's really
I
interesting.
know, it's like, can you be a serious artist
Right.
without making it your whole career?
It makes you wonder.
It does, and her approach is so interesting.
Yeah. I'm curious to hear what she has to say.
Yeah, so she talks about, the importance of time and security and how, like, a stable career can provide the space and resources to, like, nurture her art
Right.
without the pressure of it having to, like, financially support her.
Like that pressure to monetize it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is such a practical perspective. And let's be honest, making a living solely as an artist
Yeah.
can be tough.
It's really hard.
So her approach allows her to have both
Right.
a career that provides stability and the freedom to explore her art without that pressure.
And it challenges that whole like romanticized notion of the starving artist.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different ways to integrate art into your life,
Exactly.
even if it's not your primary focus.
Yeah.
So before we dive into more techniques, I want to pause here and just ask you, what's resonated with you the most from these first few sources?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What's kind of like standing out to you as you're thinking about picking up that paintbrush again?
Well, I think it's interesting, those initial steps, like the intention setting, overcoming that fear of starting.
Yeah.
It's like they really lay the groundwork for everything that comes after,
Yeah.
like building a foundation before you can actually start creating.
It's so true.
Yeah.
And speaking of building that, brings us to our written source.
Okay.
Painting as a hobby. 7 artistic techniques for painting hobbyists.
Ooh, fun.
They've got some really great techniques in here, some that we've already talked about,
Mm.
some that are totally new.
Awesome.
So I'm excited to dive in.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so the first one that really caught my eye was underpainting.
Okay.
It sounds kind of like a mystery to me.
Yeah. What is that?
What exactly is it?
So basically, it's like, think of it as a roadmap for your painting.
Okay.
You're laying down this thin layer of paint
Okay.
as a guide before you add your final colors.
Okay.
So it helps you block out the composition, get a feel for the structure of the painting.
So it's almost like creating a blueprint.
Right. Exactly. It's like sketching, but with paint.
Okay.
And what's cool is it encourages you to think in layers.
Okay.
So you're not aiming for perfection right away. You're just building it up gradually.
I can see how that would be really helpful, especially for beginners
Totally.
who might feel intimidated by that blank canvas.
Yes. Especially that blank canvas.
Yeah. It's a lot less pressure.
Much less pressure.
Yeah, to get it right away.
And it gives you permission to experiment and make adjustments along the way.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so speaking of adding layers and texture,
Yes.
the article also mentions dry brushing.
Okay.
Sounds exactly like what it is.
What is it?
So you're using a brush with very little paint on it
Okay.
to create like subtle textures and highlights.
Yeah. So like when would you use that technique?
So I'm thinking like landscapes, or if you're doing a portrait and you want to add those fine details, like the wisps of hair or like the texture of fabric.
Oh, interesting.
So the way to add a little realism
Yeah.
without getting too bogged down in all the tiny details.
Okay, so it's all about that like subtlety.
Yes, exactly. It's like you're delicately skimming the surface
Okay.
and you're allowing some of that underpainting
Mm-hmm.
or even like the canvas texture to peek through.
Oh, I like that.
It's like a whisper of color rather than a shout.
Ooh, I love that analogy.
Okay, so this next technique sounds a little more adventurous.
Okay, I'm ready.
Sgraffito.
Sgraffito.
I don't know about you.
I know I've heard of it,
I
but
feel like I'm going to mispronounce it every time.
me too.
It's not a word you hear every day.
No, it's not.
But it sounds kind of fancy, but it's actually quite simple.
Okay.
So basically, you're scratching into wet paint
Oh, okay.
to reveal the layer underneath.
Oh, cool.
So you can use like the end of your paintbrush, a palette knife, even a toothpick
Oh, wow.
to create lines, patterns, textures, all sorts of things.
So you're basically like creating these hidden designs
Yeah.
that only appear when you like scratch away the surface.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a surprise element in your painting.
That's so fun.
And it's a great way to add contrast and texture and visual interest, you
I
know?
love that.
So you could use it to create fine lines, bold patterns,
Oh.
or even just to rough up the surface for a more like rustic look.
so many
Oh,
possibilities.
yeah, so many possibilities. Okay, so for those of us who love to play with color,
Yes.
the article talks about a technique called glazing,
Glazing.
which sounds pretty magical.
It does sound magical.
So essentially, you are layering transparent colors
Okay.
over a dried base coat,
Okay.
and it adds this incredible depth and luminosity to your paintings.
So you're creating these layers of color that kind of interact with each other.
Right.
Almost like stained glass.
Exactly. And the way the light passes through those layers,
Yeah.
it creates this richness and this depth of color
Yeah.
that you wouldn't get otherwise.
It's so cool.
They even talked about using like a thin gold glaze over a blue base
What?
to create this shimmering green.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It sounds gorgeous.
I gotta try that one.
I know, right? Okay, now this next one sounds like it requires a lot of patience.
Okay, what is it?
Stippling.
Stippling.
So this is where you're applying small dots of paint
Okay.
to build up tone and texture.
Oh, wow.
It definitely requires a lot of precision.
Yeah, and a steady hand.
Yes, and a steady hand.
Wow.
But it can create some incredibly realistic effects.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me of pointillism,
Yeah.
where they use thousands of tiny dots to create an entire image.
Yeah. I love that style.
So it might not be as well known as some of the other techniques,
Okay.
but it's still a really valuable tool for any artist,
Yeah.
especially if you're drawn to detail and enjoy a more meditative approach to painting.
I can see that being very zen.
It is very zen.
Okay.
So we've talked about a lot of techniques that involve, brushes and control.
Yeah.
But these last two that are in this article, they're a little more free-flowing
Okay.
and maybe a little messy.
I like it.
I'm talking about pouring
Ooh, fun.
and palette knife painting.
I've always wanted to try palette knife painting.
I think those are definitely for those of us who like to embrace the chance and the
Yes.
spontaneity.
Yeah, just let go.
Let it all go.
Yeah.
So pouring, as the name suggests, you are literally pouring acrylic paint
Okay.
onto the canvas
Oh, wow.
and then tilting or moving it to create these abstract patterns and textures.
I mean, that just sounds like so much fun.
It does sound fun.
And messy.
Maybe wear an apron for that one.
Yeah, an apron's a good idea.
Okay, what about palette knife painting? What makes it so unique?
So with palette knife painting, you're really focusing on texture and bold strokes.
Okay.
And it's very different from using brushes.
Okay.
Because instead of delicate lines and blends,
Mm-hmm.
you're creating these thick layers of paint,
Okay.
sharp edges.
Wow.
And you can even scrape away paint
Oh.
to reveal the layers beneath.
So it's almost like it's more sculptural, like you're shaping the paint
Totally, you're shaping it instead of just applying it.
instead of just applying it.
I love that.
And the palette knife itself becomes like an extension of your hand.
That's so cool.
I know, and you can create all these marks and textures that you wouldn't be able to get with a brush.
Right.
It's a great way to add energy and movement
I love it.
to your work. Okay, so we just went through a whole range of techniques.
That was a lot.
It was a lot from the meticulous to the more free-flowing.
Yeah.
I'm feeling really inspired, but also a little overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like, where do I even begin?
I know, that's how I feel too. It's like so many choices.
So many options.
But, don't worry about mastering every technique at once.
Okay,
The key is to just experiment and find what speaks to you.
right.
So maybe start with one or two
Okay,
that really pique your interest and see where they take you.
that's great advice.
Yeah.
It's about the journey, not the destination.
Exactly. And speaking of journeys,
Yes.
I want to bring us back to Song Wenwang
Okay.
and her decision to kind of balance her art with a career in social work.
Mm.
It's a good reminder that there are so many ways to like incorporate art into our lives,
Like,
even if it's not our main gig.
it's about finding that sweet spot,
Yeah,
that balance between passion and practicality.
exactly. And, it raises a really interesting question.
Okay.
Like, what if time and money weren't factors?
Oh, yeah.
How would you approach art?
Ooh.
Would it be your main focus? Would it be your career?
It's such a good question because it makes you really think about, what matters to you.
Yeah.
Like, would you just dive headfirst into the art world
Mm-hmm.
and, embrace it
Yeah.
fully?
Yeah.
Or would you find a different kind of balance?
Yeah.
I think for so many of us, that fear of, the starving artist myth
Oh, yeah.
holds us back.
Totally.
But what if we could just let go of that fear?
Yeah.
What if we could just create for the pure joy of it
Right.
without the pressure of it having to, make a living?
It's so liberating to think about.
It is.
Like, imagine a world where we could just pursue our artistic passions without having to worry about, paying the bills or anything.
Oh, yeah.
Like, maybe we'd all have that dream studio.
Oh, with the natural light?
Yes, filled with natural light and all the supplies we could ever want.
Endless supplies.
I know.
Or maybe we would travel the world,
Ooh.
sketching in cafes,
Yes.
finding inspiration in new cultures.
I love that.
It's about rediscovering that pure joy of creation that I think we lose touch with
Yeah.
as adults.
We do. We get so serious. We
Oh,
forget to play.
We forget to play.
With our art.
And, it makes me think about all those amazing techniques we talked about.
Yeah.
Without the pressure to create, sellable art,
Right.
maybe we'd be more open to experimenting with them.
Yeah. Just to like push our boundaries a little bit and discover new ways of expressing ourselves.
Absolutely. We could get messy with pouring,
Ooh, yeah.
create these amazing textures with palette knives or
Yeah.
get lost in that meditative process of stippling.
So many possibilities.
It's endless.
Yeah.
And it's not even just about the techniques themselves.
Yeah.
It's about what they represent.
Yeah, like that freedom.
That freedom to explore, to play, to make mistakes
Mm-hmm.
without judgment.
Exactly.
It's about reconnecting with that inner artist
Yeah.
that's always been there waiting to be unleashed.
I love that.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of painting
Mm-hmm.
and rekindling that artistic spark,
Yes.
I want to leave you with this final thought.
Okay.
How would you approach art if time and security weren't factors?
Ooh.
What would your creative life look like?
That's a great question for everyone to think about.
Yeah, let that question simmer. And remember, there's no right or wrong answer.
Right.
It's about what brings you joy.
Exactly.
What sparks your imagination?
Yeah.
What makes you feel alive?
Love that.
So go ahead, pick up that paintbrush,
Mhm.
grab some clay, maybe just doodle in the notebook.
Yeah.
Embrace the process. Enjoy the journey.
Have fun.
Yes, have fun and let that creativity flow.
Yes.
And we'll be back next time with another deep dive into a fascinating new topic.
Can't wait.
Until then, happy creating everyone Pie Nation.